No, just saying like a Starfire always has the titties out. Like, dang.
Who said that?
Okay, so I know you guys have probably been waiting on this for a bit because, to be honest, I was still actually getting my questions in order, but now that I do have them situated, we can go ahead and get this video out of the way. Altogether, I've collected a total of about 30 questions, which consisted not only from the Discord channel with my friends, but a few questions from my actual family. So, questions from my friends are going to be color-coded with green, and questions from my family will be color-coded with orange. Take note that a few questions will be paired up together as follow-ups. So, with all that out of the way, it's time to get to know me a little better. Let's do this. Honestly, out of all the colors that are available currently, I would have to go with blues. Blue is definitely one of my favorite colors. It stands out to me. It's not a hot color like red, yellow, orange, or anything like that. It's just, it's a cool color that's just there, that just really, like, grabs my eyes. Normally, it would be either black or white or both because it kind of gives me that ebony and ivory feeling. But when it comes to blue, it just pops right in front of my eyes. Specifically navy blue or something along the lines of a turquoise blue or royal blue for that matter. It's just so good. I love the color. It just makes me feel calm, peaceful, just solidified. Tough, you know? My favorite movie of all time will and always will be Romeo Must Die, starring Jet Li and Aaliyah. The movie is awesome in more ways than one because first off, Jet Li's in it, and any movie that Jet Li's in is going to be awesome as shit. And two, the action sequences within the movie was very well done. It was performed very well. The choreography was great. Aaliyah, oh God rest her soul, she was such a beautiful singer and actress, and just seeing her in that movie, just like, you know, with Anthony Anderson and the rest of the cast, it just really filled my heart up. One of my favorite scenes within that movie was when Jet Li's character fought Anthony Anderson's character for the first time and his gang affiliation, and it was just really funny. Like, how do you have a gun, you still get the shit kicked out of you? Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my God, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I think I still have the DVD somewhere in my house. It's just an awesome movie in general. My favorite guilty pleasure movie, on the other hand, honestly, is between Lethal Weapon 4 and Money Talks. Now, with Lethal Weapon, I started a bit late on the series because it's originally an 80s action series that went from 1 through 4, and I saw the last one ironically actually, as my first movie. It was very funny. After watching the fourth one, I decided to go back and watch the previous 3, then the fourth one again, so I can get an understanding as to why people love the movie to begin with. It's very good. I love the series, and you would too if you have a thing for, you know, 80s action movies or anything along those lines. Money Talks, on the other hand, starring Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker, was a very good movie that my cousin and I would always watch, just poke fun at every single time. The comedic duo between both those characters is very good. You know, you just start out like with an aggressive relationship, and next thing you know, you just start to, you know, be calm with each other over time. It was very fun. I loved it. I always remember having it up on my TV, especially when I go to sleep, and then get up early in the morning just to press play and then go back to sleep, just hearing the scenes before going to school and all that stuff. So honestly, like, it's a tough decision between the both of them. I am currently size 11.5 to 12. Yeah, my feet are much bigger in comparison to most of my family members, despite some of them being taller than me. Then again, some of them who are taller than me do have bigger feet than me, whereas my sister and most of the women in my family have short feet. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you know what they say about guys with big feet, right? They wear big socks. Yeah. As much as the thought really sometimes creeps me out, I honestly believe that UFOs do actually exist somewhere in this world, whether it may not be here on Earth, but somewhere in the deep, dark spaces of what is known as the galaxy, like somewhere in at the edge of space. I know something is out there. I know it's crazy to hear it coming from me, of all people, but people have been making theories about this. It's like, yeah, we see this stuff on TV shows or movies like Men in Black, for example, but it's like, I honestly feel as though there is something out there besides us. I feel as though we're not really alone, and it wouldn't really surprise me, what will kind of surprise me, if a UFO were to pop up right now. I mean, right now in 2020, a lot of shit's going on with this pandemic, and it's like, you know, with the fire tornado going on in California and the thunderstorms and shit going on in a different country, it's like, you know, seeing a UFO wouldn't be necessarily that bad, because at this point, anything can happen. Literally anything. Growing up, honestly, I always wanted to be a voice actor. I always wanted to project my voice, whether it had been in TV shows, movies, cartoon shows, or anime, because I've seen a lot of people use their voice for anime shows, and honestly, the extent that they use their voice when it comes to the dialogues, the screaming, the yelling, and all that stuff, it just really just encourages me to put my voice out there and see what I can do. A lot of people always told me that I have a strong, eloquent, deep voice, and that I should always be in radio broadcasting, which is still something that I want to do to this day. It just really inspires me how I could possibly just maybe project my voice so that people can hear it and be like, man, I want to do the same thing this guy is doing. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of work involved with it, because, you know, you had to put in the time and effort in order to make sure that you want to see something actually happen. But when it comes to projecting my voice, this is probably one of the few reasons as to why I started the channel to begin with, so that people can hear me and just imagine what I'd be like a strong person, which I kind of am, and all that stuff. But also to just explain things, just, you know, using my voice, and hopefully having people get around to the picture of what it is that they should do and whatnot. Like, I love my voice, and I really want to use it for a lot of other things. That's one of my goals, and I'm speaking it out into existence. So yeah, voice acting. There's a lot of games that really got me into playing games altogether over the years, but the one that probably comes to mind would possibly be between Super Mario 64, Gex 64, or Crash Team Racing. These three games really defined me, I guess, because, you know, growing up, like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do around the time, and I was always inside, like, while the other kids were always outside, because I just like playing games a lot. And when my cousin had a Nintendo 64, I played the heck out of it. I mean, I didn't beat anything on there. We just turned on, just played, and we really didn't know what to do. But it was just the fun that, you know, made me get into gaming altogether. It's that sense of, like, just having fun and just doing stuff with your family or friends nowadays that really got me into what I like about gaming. So I guess that kind of answers the question.
I don't know.
We're going to die. I don't want to die, man. Not like this.
How would you like to die?
Having a threesome on my 100th birthday?
But if we can be serious for a bit, growing old and just passing away in a peaceful state would be probably one of the ways that I think I will die, because I don't necessarily think about this, because this is a tough question if we're being honest, because as you know, tomorrow's not promised to you, so you just gotta try to live your life out to its fullest, because unfortunately in this world anything can happen, and we just gotta be prepared for the worst. But yeah, just growing old with a family that I hope to have one day would be, you know, be a nice way for me to go out. It would be like my journey's over and it's time for me to start anew in the afterlife, I guess. If we're being honest, I wouldn't mind having a kangaroo, because kangaroos are awesome. I mean, I'm more of a dog person, because, you know, dogs are like my homeboys or homegirls. They're like, you know, man's best friend for a reason. But really, just having a kangaroo just hopping around in the home or in the backyard would probably be one of the funniest things I can think of. And just be like, hey, let's just have a race and just hop. That, and I'm pretty sure that kangaroos are strong fires. I mean, we've seen some instances where a kangaroo would post up and be like, hey bro, what's going on? Or something along those lines. It's like, whew, boy, the possibilities you can do with a kangaroo. Okay, if we're being real, I don't have a real answer for this because I don't necessarily listen to K-pop or anything within that industry. I mean, I've heard a couple of snippets of it, and it's not bad. It's just, it's not my go-to. But whenever I'm in the Discord chat with some of my friends, they would usually play a couple of songs, one of them being How You Like That, or just random Blackpink songs. And they do have a bop to it, I'm not gonna lie. But as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't have a favorite Blackpink song. Sorry about that, guys. My worst fear that always sticks in my head sometimes is changing my ways, because I never want to change myself for someone. I always want to remain the exact same person who is open-minded over certain things and situations, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to change who I really am because that wouldn't be fair to myself nor anyone who has high hopes for me. Like, I always want to remain the one person that people can rely on. I want to be that nice guy that people can talk to and, you know, just let shit out, I guess. Just vent things out to me, and I'll just be there to try and understand and see if I can give some kind of helpful solution, because, you know, that's what I feel as though I'm there for, just, you know, to comfort people and just help them out in their time of need, basically. And because it's something I love to do. Okay, so, I actually have been playing Final Fantasy XIV as of late, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of addicted to the game. Like, I never thought I would see myself playing Final Fantasy XIV because I never played a MMO before. And it's my first one, and I just, like, I'm not necessarily scared of it, I just, like, never got around to the idea, but my friends in the Discord chat have been telling me to play it for about a couple of years now, and now that I've started, I really can't let go of it. I'm on the free trial currently, even though I do have the actual disc I got some time ago, and honestly, I just want to get some of the stuff out of the way before actually paying a subscription. So I'm trying to use all the free time that I have in order to, like, make sure I level up my character and whatnot. As far as the classes go, yes, I do want to level up each and every one of them that is currently available. If I'm not mistaken, there's about 18 or 17 due to the fact that I've been told that Blue Mage is considered a limited job, but I do want to get a feel as to what it's like to not only be a DPS, but also a tank and a healer, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things to go on with those individual classes, because there's a lot of mechanics that you have to learn. There's a couple of things that you have to do in order to make sure that you're a good asset to your teammates and whatnot. So I want to actually make sure that I'm in each and every class, you know, just be well-rounded, or all-rounded, as most people would say when it comes to that sort of thing. And if you're wondering, I do plan on trying to accomplish as much as I can within this game because it's fun. It really is. Once again, I never thought I would see myself playing a MMO, but after just playing it with a couple of random people and my friends, like, it's really fun. It has a lot to offer, and I definitely see myself playing this game for the next few years or so. Nah, you'll have to pay top notch to see my goodies, okay? Like, it's a once in a lifetime thing, so gonna have to say no, bruh. This was a tough one to think about because there are a lot of things that can make me happy. Like, I'm just easy to please, but if there was one thing that could possibly make me happy for the rest of my life, it would be traveling around the world and exploring the different cultures that are currently available, because I always wanted to know what it's like to put my foot inside other people's shoes and experience what they see within their culture. And it's something that I always thought about, because when it comes to traveling, I know it may be expensive, but it's like, it's worthwhile. Like, I get to explore different countries because I've always been in the USA, Texas to be specific, and the first time I've gotten out was to Hawaii, which is still part of the US, but it's like, you know, it was a grand treasure for me. It was like, I got to see a different culture. I got to experience what was going on in this particular area, and it was fun. Like, I really want to travel. That's the one thing that would probably make me the happiest man alive. It's like something I could just like check off the to-do list, a bucket list. A bucket list is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. If I were to bring something with me on an island that I would probably be stranded on for a bit, it would probably have to be a survival knife, because I don't know what's going to go on in this island, and honestly, any kind of shit can happen. It could be like Far Cry up in this bitch, and honestly, I'm not necessarily prepared, so I have to try to make sure that I scrape through everything I can find, like just try to survive until someone rescues me, because honestly, I would be scared shitless if that kind of situation were to happen to me, or to me and anyone who is with me during that time. It's crazy. Real talk, if I did have the Switch, I would honestly get Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but beforehand I would actually want to get the first one, whether it be the original one or the definitive edition that recently came out. And a lot of people probably do, well, I do know some people who give it a lot of shit because it's not necessarily up to certain standards for most people, but at the same time it's like, I really want to play the games in a chronological order, beginning with 1, then 2, then making my final review of it, because they seem like pretty good games. So yeah, I definitely give Xenoblade Chronicles 2 a run. Also, in regards to Pura or Mithra, I believe there's one true answer that could be said for this.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Okay, so one of my friends was giving me shit about this a long time ago, and it started when we were in a Warzone session. You know, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there is a separate game mode, or separate title called Warzone, which is basically a battle royale shooter. I guess in this case, not a shooter, but it's COD, so who cares? I was playing with a couple of friends in a Discord chat one night, and I had some beef jerky on me, and while scrounging through the bag, eating with my microphone on, I was like, so does anyone want some jerky? And they were all like, what the fuck, Busby? Because I was like, I just want to share some jerky. It was good. It was nice. Like, have some water with me, because the shit's tough, and you gotta chew it a bit hard. But it was good. It was delicious. I would have shared some with them, if they wanted some. Jerky's good. This is kind of a tough one, because there are some good roles within the world of Red Dead Online, despite the fact that a lot of people do not prefer the multiplayer aspect from Red Dead Redemption 2. But if I were to put my finger on it, the one role that I would prefer out of all of them would be the Moonshiner. It has its own set of storyline missions, but it's different from the rest of them, I guess you could say. Yes, there's the usual grinding process, and it doesn't make as much money as the trader role or the collector role, but I really like it. Like, it's a different, new set of characters. It's funny. It's got a good storyline to it of betrayal and a mindset on revenge. It's nice. I actually like it. And as far as Grand Theft Auto Online goes, I haven't played the game in a long while, because I know there's a recent update for it. Honestly, my favorite endgame moneymaker for it would be the original heist that was added some years ago, around what was it, 2015 I think, or 2016? 2015 I believe, because the heists were very good. They are still good to this day. It's a good way to make some quick cash off of it, particularly the Pacific Standard heist, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, because there are a lot of people who probably found other methods to create money, well, to generate funds within the game, because it is kind of hard with all the shit that's going on. But heist is definitely one of the few endgame moneymakers I would definitely do. There are a lot of gaming moments that I've had with friends over the years, but it's a lot. It really is. There are a lot of moments that I would not trade in for the world. It's just precious to me. The best moments I've ever had in gaming was when I started playing Assassin's Creed multiplayer, the installments, the 4 different installments, starting with Brotherhood, and Revelations, then 3, which is where I started to get actually involved with the community, you know, try to be a bit more social. And then when 4 came out, despite most people's preferences over the game, it's where I started to meet a lot more people. It was fun for the most part, and it's moments like that I would never trade in. It's actually where I met Full Metal Phoenix, you know, one of the friends that I've talked about when it comes to different rivals and whatnot. And he and I have been communicating for almost damn near over, 4 to 5 years at this point, with a couple of other friends. One of them being Miss Tiger Jojo. If you happen to have seen a small video a long time ago over Assassin's Creed 4, it's going to be in the description below, but I could probably play a little bit of a clip just to show that, you know, moments like that were very precious to me. I was just playing with friends, and, you know, everything just started clicking into place. It's moments like that that really get to me, because it's like, man, I cannot believe it's been so and so years and we're still talking to this day. It's like we created a bond over time, and I've met new and glorious people who have always, you know, been straightforward with me and always, you know, just taught me new things. Honestly, if it wasn't for the same friends that are in the Discord chat right now, I probably would not be playing any other games. I'd probably just be sticking to like just, you know, just like single player games that don't really have any multiplayer to it, and possibly just not, you know, just getting myself out there. It's a lot to take in, and I really appreciate them for being in my life. I never really gotten into Grand Blue myself. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about it on the Twitter page, and I'm just thinking to myself, this looks kind of interesting, but it's something that never piqued my interest. Besides the fact that I do have other games on my list and a lot on my plate, I don't think I might be able to play Grand Blue for a long time, nor would I show any kind of interest in it, so sorry about that. Okay, so this question is obvious, since my mother actually wants to know who's the boss between me and my older sibling, and all I have to say is, I'm the boss. I've always have been, and I always will be, because I'm awesome like that. Thank you. For those wondering, I will be playing Watch Dogs Legion the day it comes out, and yes, the grandma character persona will be one of my main characters that I play with, because as you know, there are going to be a lot of different scenarios as to what happens when you're playing as a different character, and I really do want to explore that kind of option. Plus, the takedown animations are kind of funny as well as badass with certain characters, including Little Grandmother, so I will be taking a part in this, and she will be on my list. I don't know how many we can have. I mean, I think we can have up to 20 total, so if that's the case, I'll at least have 4 older characters within that category, because who knows what's going to happen. I've been having interest in League of Legends lately. I mean, I've seen gameplay and my friends playing it on streams and whatnot, but it's not my cup of tea. Plus, with all the toxicity that may roam through the game because most people are new and don't necessarily know how to play, I'm just gonna be real, it's not for me, Chief. It's not gonna be the best decision that I've made. If I didn't play any of the Assassin's Creed multiplayer installments, I think my life would be still the exact same, except I would never have met just some nice people in my life who I would call friends to this day. It'd be a bit different. I'd probably be playing other games that are like majorly known, like Grand Theft Auto or something along those lines. I mean, there's a good chance I'd still be playing Watch Dogs, but if I didn't play any of the installments, I deadass would not meet any of the people that I am playing with currently. Now, in some kind of freaky alternative twist, I'm pretty sure in some kind of way I would meet up with them sooner or later, but just like many years later, playing a different game, like Final Fantasy for example. Who knows, I probably would have joined their FC and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you know, we would start to get to know each other. I'd just be as active as they were and whatnot, and just try to show that, you know, I'm reliable, or something along those lines. So yeah, I guess that's how different things would have been. Oh, this is an easy one. The first part would be having my own job, so I can have my own way of making monetary value, and 2, owning my own home, because it's it's a real nice accomplishment. It's one of the biggest things that I've completed to this day. Ever since my sister and I have talked about this, it's been real good. Like, I made sure that I had all my stuff in order. I was prepared for this, and I'm glad to say that I am a home owner. It's something that I've been looking forward to when I was way younger. I always picture myself wondering, man, it'd be nice to have a house in a nice little suburban area, and look at me now. It's very good. I can't be more grateful than what I already am. It's awesome in more ways than one. So I know this is probably breaking tradition with, me asking myself my own question and whatnot, because, I know it's supposed to be gathered from friends or family, but this is the last question. I just wanted to ask myself one important thing. Who or what is my biggest inspiration to this day, or, for all time? And that would be my older sibling, Sister 30, or as she would like to call herself, Taquito. She's always been there for me. She is, my older sibling. She's always protected me from the dangers of the world and whatnot, and she's taught me how to, grow up, how to take care of myself in the process, along with my mother, and they're both special ladies in my life. But my sister, she's just always been there for me. We may have argued sometimes, we may have gotten mad at each other, but during those times we also cried with each other, laughed with each other, and just made each other happy because, she's my older sis, and, she always calls me her little big bro because, she knows that I would protect her from anything. She knows that she would protect me from anything, and honestly, and I really hope I don't try to come to tears at this point, we just love each other because, I feel as though that's what siblings should do with each other. We'll always just have each other's back, no matter what the scenario is. And, without her, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be doing a lot of things right now. Like, who knows where I would have been if it wasn't for her guidance, at least. I'm 25, and, there's still a lot of things I need to learn when it comes to the open world. Because, you can't get through stuff by yourself. Someone's got to try to have your back out there. At least that's what I think. But, yeah. Taquito, if you're watching this, I just want to let you know that I love you, and you're a big part of my life. And that's something that will never change. My love for you will never change, and you'll always be my best friend, regardless. But, yeah. I guess that's basically all there is to it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you watching till the end. I know it's long and whatnot, but hey, who knows? We might be able to do this again soon. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy yourselves out there. Stay safe. Love you all, and peace.